Good afternoon, Timmy Talks. I hope you're all well. Now here's my stupidity special. This is what I think is the main danger to the world at the moment. It's not wars or made up pandemics or fake famines or climate change, global cooling, global warming, CO2, acid rain, ozone holes, blah blah, or whatever the next one is. It's just people's lack of interest or knowledge in anything. Nothing. People who have a minute knowledge of, the Kardashians, but I work with people who don't know where entire countries are, or not even where they are, because some like Central African countries, they could be in South America, couldn't they? They sound it. There's no shame in that. Ask and you'll find out, wouldn't you? But they've never even heard of the countries in the first place. They can't do pub quizzes. They don't just like to mull over a little quick. Now, I'm not a chaser. I'm not one of the cleverest people in the world, but I do like to have a little interest in things, and because it's just a nice little challenge, isn't it? But no, they don't know anything about it. And it was released today that I think it was about 80%, 81 or 82% of Gen Z, which I believe is the now people, isn't it? The university lot now, are terrified of shopping in person. It makes them really anxious. For fuck's sake! Just go shopping. You're not going to talk to anybody. And then I thought, why don't they use the self-service tills? If they have to put their PIN in, it makes them really nervous. This is the world. This is what we got. People are so fucking stupid, they can't even use a cash machine. They can't even use a till. They don't even know where, they've never heard of Eritrea. And then there was another thing the other day that I read. Granted, these are unsubstantiated facts, but you know when you hear something and you want to believe it more than you want to check it. 12% of Americans, 12%, which is a lot, about 40 million people, think that Joan of Arc, as in the French saint who fought the English by dressing up as a man, was married to Noah, who built the ark. The great big boat from the Bible. There you go. This is what's happened, isn't it? 12% of a nation thinks somebody was married to somebody 3,000 years in part, in a completely different part of the world, because he built an ark and she was of ark. Yeah. That's what you're fighting, isn't it? The saddest thing is, I was talking to someone the other day who hadn't heard of either of them. One said, I've heard of Noah, but I didn't know what an ark was. Fair enough. Fair enough. You got to 30 without knowing what an ark is, so truck on. And then they'd never heard of Joan of Arc. Now, I was taught that at school. I'm sure I was taught that at junior school. But no, they don't seem to be taught anything. I'm sure I have a massive opinion on gender politics, or studies such as that. For fuck's sake. So that's not what we're fighting stupidity, not wars, not feasts, not famines. People with so little interest in the world other than looking at their telephone, who don't know the slightest bit of general knowledge that may make them interested, who don't know what's going on in the current affairs. You may have no interest in politics whatsoever, but you must be able to have an opinion. I don't really know about any of that. Isn't an opinion. I don't really know if I agree with that. Or yes, I agree with that, is an opinion. It may not be an opinion that's shared by everyone else, but it have one at least. We're being voted out. We're being voted. You have democracy used against us. Not by any particular group at the moment, but it's being structured so that apathy wins. Right, so today's song will be America by Neil Diamond, in honour of the 12% of Americans who don't know what the fuck's going on. Right, see you later.